to feel unworthy? No. Don't get in that debate with yourself. Worthiness is innate. You can't control the worthiness. Haley can't determine his worthiness. His producer can't produce his worthiness. Maybe in the marketplace, someone can make a judgment on your worthiness in terms of the product you deliver. Sure, that might be true, but your innate worthiness is not up for debate. Hey there, and welcome to the Unleash Your Greatness Within podcast. In today's message, I just want to talk about a news article that I saw regarding Justin Bieber. I was taking my daughter Julia to soccer last night, and on my phone, I saw a little blurb that basically said that he feels unworthy. And the moment I heard that, I thought, oh my goodness, I need to save this article. When I go home, I will read it and I'll do this quick video. Whenever I hear someone say they feel unworthy, I want to remind everyone that through my executive coaching, my seminars, my leadership academy, and so forth, and when I do individual coaching and so forth, I realize most people feel a degree of unworthiness. They're blessed. They got into a leadership position or a manager or whatever. And for some people, they kind of take it hard. The success, they kind of take it hard. And when I was looking at Justin Bieber's message, I thought, let's just review it real quick and let's just touch a couple points here really fast. So on his Instagram page, he said, people told me my whole life, wow, Justin, you deserve that. And I personally have always felt unworthy. Again, many people do, but we keep going, right? Then he goes on, like I was a fraud. Okay, imposter syndrome. Many of us have had that. Like when people told me I deserve something, it made me feel sneaky, like, darn, I'm adding that word. If they only knew my thoughts. Oh yeah, I get that. How judgmental I am, how selfish I am. They wouldn't be saying this. I say all this to say, if you feel sneaky, welcome to the club. I definitely feel unequipped and unqualified most days. Okay, let's talk about this. Imposter syndrome, you get a blessing, you get a raise, you get something out of the blue, someone blessed your life in some way, some circumstance or whatever, and you feel unworthy of it. Many people feel that. Some people take it to the next level where they feel like I'm a fraud. Justin is not a fraud. He has a beautiful voice. He's paid the price. He's become well known around the world. You don't fake that. That's not a fake it till you make it situation. That is someone who has put in the time, the preparation to become one of the best in the world. But the truth is, he still is a little bit hard on himself. He says most of the time, I feel unqualified. Well, here's the reality. Here's a little mindset shift on this. Many people feel unqualified. In Justin Bieber, feeling unqualified is a tool he uses to drive himself to spend the extra time in the studio, to stay up extra late to write the music, to perform longer than other people, to put in the practice and so forth. That feeling of unqualified is a driver. He has found a strategy to use that to drive him to be effective. And some people do. Now, there are times when we feel unqualified. I would just remind you that Maxwell Maltz, who wrote Psycho-Cybernetics back in the 50s or 60s, he would say in that book, when you make a mistake, that does not make you a mistake. And remember, Maxwell Maltz was a plastic surgeon, and he did plastic surgery on a lot of stars and so forth. And he said years later, those people weren't any more happy than they were before they had the surgery. Why? Because happiness doesn't come from the things. I know that society pushes certain standards on us and so forth, but our worth, our innate worth, is something you can't increase or decrease by choice. It's part of you. You listening to this, you have uniqueness that nobody else has. You have talents and abilities that nobody else has. You have a specialness that nobody else can duplicate. Your DNA, your genetic makeup is different. Nobody's like you in this world. So own that. Just feel that maybe you may not be the best at everything, but you're worthy of success. You're worthy of blessings. You're worthy of that person that did something nice to you rather than resist it. Right? Maxwell Maltz would say, when you make a mistake, I just said this, make a mistake, that doesn't make you a mistake. He also said, when you fail, that doesn't make you a failure. So just know, I love this little message from Justin because I think it gave some hope to his followers that if you ever felt like that, hey, welcome to the club. I've been able, speaking as him, I've been able to achieve some level of success, despite those feelings of being unqualified and so forth. And I would just remind you, you are more qualified than you think you are. When you step back from taking the action you ultimately want to do because you feel unqualified, I got a little secret for you. You step out, the magic carpet will appear. When you do that thing that you fear, I tell you, the fear will dissipate, as Mark Twain once said. And so, but you got to step into it and you'll realize you're much more capable than you think you are. I have a million stories on those sorts of situations where people felt unqualified and they made it happen. And Justin does that every day. Now, I'll also say as a side note, I believe his wife, Haley, she's a special girl. I think she's been a huge blessing for him. And I think being a father now is a huge blessing. But one of the antidotes of feeling unworthy, one of the antidotes of being too hard on yourself is that of gratitude. If you'll increase your gratitude for life, for circumstance, for your failures, I mean, literally gratitude for your failures, because why? That was a learning opportunity. For your frustrations in life, to be grateful for them, and then seek a way to improve. The key to, I think, living happy, and what I would remind Justin of, and it's what I remind leaders of all types, as I do coaching, executive coaching, and so forth through my programs and workshops and so forth. One thing that I try to teach is you got to separate who you are as a person from what you do. You're not what you do. If you are what you do, when you don't, you aren't. So you don't want to be identifying your work with your whole life, right? Or something like that, because that's not truly who you are. That's a piece, that's a role of you. But the real you is someone who's worthy of success. All right, listen, I've said a lot here. I think this little article and this message from Justin was a good reminder for all of us. And I think it's normal. Sometimes we use those things as a tool to achieve success. And he's found a way to do that, even though it kind of chews on him and is a little bit hard on him at times. There is a benefit for it. All right, I wish you the best. Hope you got something out of this video. Now go out there and unleash your greatness with it.